In North America, you might argue that the strongest Street Fighter players are the battle-hardened New Yorkers from the East Coast, or the mass of consistent contenders from Northern California, steamrolling through every tournament. Enter Red Bull's nationwide Proving Grounds Tour. Athletes from Philadelphia, Seattle, Chicago, and Atlanta have been fighting for placement towards a guaranteed spot in the coveted Capcom Cup for Street Fighter V.
Kazunoko, the victor here.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
It's in Southern California. Legendary champion Alex Valle utilizes Santa Ana's Esports Arena to identify new talent in the Los Angeles sector of this Vanguard Tour.
The Vanguard is part of the Red Bull Proving Grounds. The top 3 players from 6 cities get an opportunity to fly to the Red Bull studios for a playoffs. From that playoffs, the one winner gets flown out to Seattle for the Battlegrounds.
With a number of ranking events taking place across the country and internationally, it has become increasingly difficult for players without financial sponsorship to make the necessary travel in pursuit of points.
If I'm able to win this event today, then I will try to prove myself again when I go up to Seattle for the next qualifier tournament. And I hope to win Wednesday night fights and continue to just have a good performance.
This is the reason why the regional events are so important for cultivating SoCal's historically powerful fighting game community. Without investment from organizations like Red Bull and dedicated ambassadors like Valle and LevelUp Productions, the opportunities for great amateur players to compete are fleeting.
It's important because this is a ticket to Capcom Cup, hopefully, and everyone wants to qualify for that. I mean, it's the biggest stage, Capcom's event in December, so hoping to qualify that way.
I feel when companies like Red Bull get involved, it's pretty much a boon to our community. Once arcade culture died, it was a problem, but now with Red Bull coming in, having these tournaments, people hear about it, they play, maybe they don't do that well, but maybe they're inspired to keep going.
Yahoo Esports talked with Valle and Cali's best fighters about the region's most dangerous players.
Using the V skill right away to go through the fireball and hit Ken at the same time. And I've noticed that about Brent. It's cool. He always starts the round with like this very, very light fireball game and then like never goes back to it ever again.
That's really the Brent special.
Mind games.
Brent is cool is part of a very strong Ken group called the Trinity, which consists of Julio and Chris Satarian. They were the 3 Kens that really made a spark and impact in top 8 placements in the CPT Tour.
I mean, at first I was saying Chris G is, that trade with the Sonic Boom and the Stand Fierce from Dawson is not in his favor, but, he's always been able to manage to find a way to make a comeback and get that life lead.
Right now, I feel like I can definitely, be one of the top contenders to be like, top 8 in the world. I want to be able to do that with a character that people don't think is as good. And I personally don't think he's that good, but I want to be able to do it.
Everybody knows Chris. He's pretty much a jack of all trades. He can play any fighting game at the highest level.
Oops, that was supposed to be stand like it came out as lightning kick instead.
He already had a buffer. Good bait.
Finally,
crush counter.
Finally gets the bait on the EX bird kick.
Rom, he's from NorCal. Street Fighter 4 wasn't really his cup of tea, but Street Fighter 5, he found Vega. The technicality of his gameplay really stands out because NorCal is a very strategy-based region.
Corner pressure from Chris Satarian. This could be really tough for Birdie. I mean, the thing about this match is Birdie can generally control the neutral, but once Ken gets in.
Chris Satarian, pretty much the best, most consistent Street Fighter 5 player in SoCal. He's won episode 2 of Vanguard, so one of the best Ken players in the world.
Filipino man has just not been scared. Look at this, just relentless pressure. I felt like he came from the Combo Fiend school of things, which is even if you stop him, it doesn't discourage it.
Filipino man started with Rose in Street Fighter 4. In Street Fighter 5, he uses Chun-Li, probably one of the best characters in the game. I think arguably the best Chun-Li that we have in SoCal.
It's not a stretch to call Southern California an awakened giant with regards to the heavy hitters coming out of the region. Filipino Man is one of Southern California's most dedicated players.
Today I came to the Esports Arena to play in the Red Bull Proving Grounds.
And how'd you do today?
I won.
It was a victory well earned. This is Michael Martin for Yahoo Esports.